The box out. There's that. There's that. That's a problem for the Spurs.
Yeah, that's going to be a flagrant one. That's going to be upgraded.
The criteria for a flagrant
Reid.
foul. They've been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 2. Wembanyama's been ejected.
What does that mean? He just said, I'm ejected. To read his lips as he was talking to Harrison Barnes.
Every single play on every single part of the floor, people are trying to impose their physicality on him. I get it. We get it. That's part of the game. But at some stage, he's gotten chucked. He's gotten pushed down in transition, running freely, all the stuff. He doesn't complain one time. We don't complain because we're just going to play. We don't really give a shit, excuse my language. But at some stage, he should be protected. And if not, he's going to have to protect himself. And unfortunately, stuff like that happens.
All right, guys, so the Minnesota Timberwolves tied the series against the San Antonio Spurs 2-2. Now, I didn't catch this game. I fell asleep. But I was reading a couple of articles and come to find out that the trending story coming out of this game is Victor Wembanyama got ejected for elbowing Reid. I think it was like in the neck area, right? And that's the biggest story. And we'll use this article to follow along. So it says San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama experienced his first career ejection Sunday in Game 4 of the Western Conference Semifinals after throwing an elbow at the jaw of Minnesota Timberwolves star forward Reid early in the second quarter. And you guys have to check this out. Check this out.
There you go. There's the bat. The box out. There's that. There's that. That's a problem for the Spurs.
Yeah, that's going to be a flagrant one. That's going to be upgraded.
The criteria for a flagrant
Reid.
foul.
There is a possibility that's a 2.
Damn, they got multiple angles. That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Obviously, fans are seeing it in a different time than you are at home. There's their reaction. The penalty 2 in a flagrant foul is unnecessary and excessive contact.
So you guys obviously saw the clips, and he was effectively ejected from the game. Now, there's 2 clips I want to share with you guys real quick before we get back to the main point, right? Look at Dylan Harper's reaction. Like, Dylan Harper knew it was over at that point, right? He knew Wemby was getting sent, like he was leaving the game. And it was funny because Wemby actually needed his vet, Harrison Barnes, to let him know what a flagrant 2 is. So I guess Wemby didn't know what a flagrant 2 was. Check this out.
It's been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 2. Wembanyama's been ejected.
What does that mean? He just said, I'm ejected. To read his lips as he was talking to Harrison Barnes. What does that mean?
Yeah, so he didn't know what a flagrant 2 was. Now, I'm back to the article. So Spurs coach Mitch Johnson, right? He had a couple of things to say. So it says here that he didn't condone Wembanyama's actions, and he said after their loss that the officials could do a better job of protecting the 22-year-old big man from the physicality routinely imposed on him by the opposition. So I have that clip as well. Let's hear what Mitch Johnson has to say.
In the way they officiate him.
I just think that the amount of physicality that people play with him, at some level, you have to protect yourself. Every single play on every single part of the floor, people are trying to impose their physicality on him. I get it. We get it. That's part of the game. But at some stage, he's gotten chucked. He's gotten pushed down in transition, running freely, all the stuff. He doesn't complain one time. We don't complain because we're just going to play. We don't really give a shit, excuse my language. But at some stage, he should be protected. And if not, he's going to have to protect himself. And unfortunately, stuff like that happens.
Do you think in protecting himself, his reaction was in frustration then?
No, I think it's in getting hit on every play. And so at times you have to create a lead, get a rebound, get a catch, try to stop them from scoring, protect the ball. And so it's gotten to the point I don't know what else to tell him. We've tried to give him fundamental direction on how to deal with it. And at times it seems like that's not enough.
By the letter of the law, I think the league is supposed to look at this tomorrow and decide about his status for the next game. Do you think there's any possibility that he should be suspended for the next game?
No. Again, I don't even know the legality or the rules, but there was zero intent. They did what they did because of the outcome of the play. So be it. But to have anything on top of that, I think would be ridiculous.
Coach, how do you think the guys responded after he got ejected and just maintaining composure and keeping the phone against?
Phenomenal.
All right, the rest of the shit is jibber jabber. But as far as the intent, right now, I'm not going to sit here and say Wemby's a dirty player. He's not. He doesn't have a history of being a dirty player. And Mitch Johnson is correct. Wemby does deal with a heightened level of physicality because he's fucking 7'4". There's not really much you can do against that, right? But to me, right, and you guys let me know in the comment section. Let me mute this. This looked like a frustration foul. This is a clear frustration foul by Victor Wembanyama. And there's no doubt in my mind that this is a frustration foul. Now, I do believe there was intent to sort of kind of, I don't think he meant to like go as crazy as he did, but I do believe there was an intent from Wemby to say, hey, look, chill out. Because Reid has, this Minnesota Timberwolves team in general has been very physical with Wembanyama. Now, this ejection, and shout out to League Alerts, because League Alerts actually came out and said that the league is going to review this to see if there's a possible suspension in the works for Game 5. So, not only was he ejected in Game 4, but there's a possibility he could be suspended for Game 5, which can completely derail the series. Now, in my opinion, I don't think he should be suspended because if you suspend him and Minnesota goes up 3-2, that shifts the whole series, right? They're going to have to force a Game 7. And in a Game 7, it's a toss-up, right? Obviously, the team who wants it more will win the game. But this was not a good decision by Wembanyama because obviously they lost the game. And I'd be surprised if Adam Silver actually suspends him for Game 5. But this is what happens. This is the league. Now, as far as the series in general, it's a pretty good series, man. I'll be honest with you. I felt like the Spurs were en route to going up 3-1, in my opinion, if Wemby stayed. But, you know, it's unfortunate. But let me know what you guys think about his intent, right? Because, again, I'm going to reiterate it. This is a clear frustration foul by Wembanyama. It was a foolish play. And I think Mitch Johnson used some very good wordplay. He didn't say Wemby did the right thing, but he also didn't say that, you know, he basically made it seem like he said it in a nice way, in a very professional way, that this is what he has to do. And, you know, the Spurs are in a position where this one foul could derail their season. But let me know what you guys think about this in particular. Do you believe Wemby was in the right to do what he did against Reid? Obviously, I don't. You know, it's a dangerous play in my opinion, but, you know, I can't also, you know, negate the fact that Minnesota is physical as hell with Wemby. But let me know what you guys think about this. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.